Hey guys, welcome back. This video is going to be a movie review video of everything I watched in the month of May 2023. I have 23 titles here, so I'm hoping this video is not that long. So yeah, we'll dive right in right now. So the first title I watched, I think I got this off of Hamilton Book a while back for like $2 or something. This is a Wild Eye releasing release of The Forest of the Lost Souls. Couldn't really get into this. It's filmed in black and white, which is fine. But it was in Portuguese with English subtitles. I think I fell asleep about halfway through it. And I think it has the same story as the movie The Forest from years ago. Basically, it's about two strangers meeting in a forest, notorious for suicides, and decide to learn more about each other. One of them is there for a much more disturbing reason, and is actually a psychotic killer there to prey upon others and end their sorrow for them. It was only 71 minutes, but I think I just either got bored with it or I was just tired or whatever. But I'm gonna let this one go. Next one here is not everyone's favorite in the franchise. I thought it's fine. This is Blair Witch Project 2: Book of Shadows. This is the Spanish import version that I got off of eBay. Like I said, sometimes people just don't care for this movie. I like it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it when I saw it back in, what was it, 2000 when it came out. So I'm keeping this one for sure. I do have the DVD, CD, flipper disc as well in my collection. Next one here is a classic. Now this one's not available on Blu-ray, but I don't know why Paramount is not releasing it. So I had to get this release from the company we don't talk about here on YouTube, that is Summer Rental. Really enjoyed this film. I've always enjoyed it. I've been watching this film for years, since I was a kid. John Candy is awesome in this. Same thing with Rip Torn, Karen Austin. What's her name? The kid from the Goonies, Carrie Green, and Joey Lawrence are also in there. Played the kids in this movie, so really enjoyed this one. Cool thing about this release, you actually have an interview with John Candy in here. I think it's like 45 minutes, but it's him going over it's just random movies. Not some of this, yes, but I think he's talking more about Armed and Dangerous, I believe. Yeah, I think it was on a Canadian TV show. So really enjoyed this film. Can't get enough of that one. Next one here is a creature feature. I bought this off of Amazon years ago. Finally got around to watching it. After Midnight. It's more of a romance drama with horror elements. It says 10 years into his small town storybook romance with Abby, Hank suddenly wakes up to an empty home with nothing but a cryptic note to explain why she left. Hank's charmed life begins to fall apart. Worse yet, Abby's disappearance seems to trigger the arrival of a ferocious creature that crawls out of the old grove on the edge of his property. I really enjoyed this film. Like, it's not your typical horror film. Like I said, it's like a romance drama, and it has horror elements in it. But I really dig this film. The creature is really creepy in this. It does kind of look like the cover there. But the ending, though, is crazy. But definitely recommend you guys pick this up. I think it's still available on Amazon for like $10 or $15. I don't remember. It is it is a burn on demand disc, though, just so you guys are aware. It was put out by Cranked Up Highly recommend that one. Oh boy, this one was a fun watch, but I don't think I'm going to keep it in my collection. This is a movie called Claw. It's from 2021, put up by ITN. So it's about these two friends, Kyle and Julia. They're on their way to, she's a stand-up comic, so they're going to, I believe, I think it's LA or Vegas or something, for a stand-up thing that she's participating in. And they blow a tire in the desert, so they're trying to find shelter for the night. They go to this ghost town, and they break into this house that they think no one's there, but someone actually lives there. And there's a whole story about the people that live in there, and it ties into the fact that there is a velociraptor on the loose. Was brought to life by a disgraced scientist, and then just what these two friends go through the whole night. It's not a bad movie. It's very cheesy, but and then of course the velociraptor is CGI, but not a bad film. I just think it's a one-time watch for sure. So if you guys want to check that out, go right ahead. Oh, this one I had to turn off because I didn't like it. I think I watched it for a whole 5 minutes and then I turned it off. This is another Wild Eye releasing, that is Beware the Children. I like the artwork on here, but the movie was just very, very low budget, and I just didn't like the way it was shot. So unfortunately, this one's going away. It says, these kids are not afraid of monsters, they are the monsters. I didn't see them turn into monsters because I just couldn't get into it, so sorry for that. Next one here, Don't F in the Woods. This is the first, there is a sequel, so so it's about this group of I'll show you. It says yeah, it's a group of friends going to the woods for rest and relaxation. They don't know what's waiting for them in the woods, and then of course, you know, they're there screwing around, and something's in there, and some creatures living in there, and you know, basically they F around. They find out that they shouldn't be doing that, and some of them get killed off. And of course they made a sequel to this, which I haven't seen yet, but I heard this one was the better one of the two. But I'm not going to keep this in the collection. I thought it was all right, but I think it's just a one-time watch for me. But yeah, Gravitas Ventures release, so it is another burn-on-demand disc. Next one here. Also really wanted to enjoy this. I thought it was all right as well. There is a Blu-ray release of this in a triple feature set. I don't think it's by itself though. This is the In Crowd here in this nice little snapper case here. This is What Would You Do to Get In. This is more of a teen drama thriller, if you will, not a horror film. This is from the director of Pet Sematary, Mary Lambert. This was released in the year 2000. This is a Warner Brothers and Morgan Creek release. There's a story behind everything that happens in this film, obviously. It's kind of like a mix between Wild Things and I Know What You Did Last Summer. So if you guys enjoy those movies, you might like it, but this is like the lighter version of it. New to Cliffmont, relax, you have the whole summer to soak it all in. Tennis, golf, sailing, rippled hunks, awesome babes, jealousy, murder, name your sport. Check out who's checked in when young hotties gather at Cliffmont Country Club for the sinister summer of the In Crowd. A stylish suspense thriller directed by Mary Lambert. Step into the world of lip-glossed mover and shaker Brittany. Meet Cabana girl Adrian, an outsider drawn into the clique like a moth to a flame. Hang out with Matt, Bobby, Tom, and other beautiful people. Everyone has killer looks, even one has the looks of a killer. like I said, it's not bad, but I think it's just a good one-time watch for me. So if you guys enjoy thrillers like I just mentioned, check it out. It's worth a watch, I think. I was in a musical mood, so I threw this on. You know, I always enjoy this film every time I've seen it. So Annie, from 1981. Of course, you get an all-star cast here with Albert Finney, Carol Burnett, Bernadette Peters, Tim Curry, and Eileen Quinn as Annie. I don't think she did a whole lot after this. She decided that, I guess she did something else with her life. Really good musical. Can't really say much about it if that hasn't been said already. So this is the Blu-ray DVD digital code release from Columbia Pictures and Sony. So this was a first time watch for me, of course. This is a Mill Creek release of a film from 1985, and that is The Legend of Billie Jean. This is the special Fair is Fair edition. If you guys haven't seen this before, highly recommend it. Really had fun with this one. Basically, this is about a local rich kid steals Christian Slater's character's bike, and then of course he trashes it. Billie Jean, his actual real life older sister Helen Slater, plays her in this. Demands $608 to get it fixed because they took it to a mechanic. Of course, she goes to the kid's father who destroyed it, and he says he'll pay her some money, but he wants some favors. And you know, he's really gross and disgusting. But so when that whole thing's going on, Christian Slater's character comes in, and then somehow he gets the gun from the cash register and accidentally shoots the father in the shoulder. Doesn't kill him, obviously, but it's like he hurts him. And then what they do is they decide to flee town. Of course, they take two other people with them, both of Billie Jean's friends, Ophelia, played by Martha Gayman, and Putter. I really enjoyed Putter's character. That's Yeardley Smith. Obviously, you guys know her from Maximum Overdrive, and then, of course, the voice of Lisa Simpson on The Simpsons. They become fugitives, and everything goes the way it goes in this film. So I definitely want you guys to check this one out. Really, really fun movie. Finally got around to watching Everything Everywhere All at Once. I watched this on Mother's Day with my mom and her boyfriend. She enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. He didn't know what the hell he was watching, but anyway. He did enjoy like the martial arts and stuff because he's big on that. So of course you get Michelle Yeoh in here, Ke Huy Quan, James Hong is in here, and of course Jamie Lee Curtis is in here. Some people said that Jamie Lee Curtis's character was unrecognizable. I knew immediately it was her, so I don't know. Anyway, really fun action martial arts movie with like a sci-fi spin on it, so really enjoyed that one. This is the Walmart exclusive edition 4K Blu-ray set. Oh yeah, if you guys don't know what the googly eyes, you have to watch the movie to figure out what the googly eyes thing is all about. Next one, we're about halfway through, so it's gonna be like a 30-minute video. Next one here. Really had fun with this one. It is a wild eye, but don't let that scare you away. This is a movie called Death to Metal. He has died, he has risen, he will kill. After a freak accident, a defrocked priest is transformed into a mutated killing machine on a mission to destroy any and all fans of heavy metal music. It's up to two reluctant metalheads to send this holy monster straight back to hell. It is low budget, but it's I love this movie. It's so fun. Basically, you get I forget the characters' names in this. I'm sorry. It was one of the earlier movies I watched, but it's got reverse artwork here. Actually, I think it does have interior artwork as well. It comes with a poster, and even the disc is the same as the cover art there. But yeah, it's all over the top. Basically, it's about this one guy. He's in a metal band. He's the singer, and then he goes to band practice one day and he finds out he's been replaced with somebody else. So he's also let his girlfriend leaves him and all that. So he's going through tough times, and then he's hanging out with his one of his best friends, and then somehow, okay, and then the band gets a gig at this local bar, and then the singer, the replacement singer, doesn't show up or something, and he's the guy's there to not to replace him, but he's there to see one of his favorite bands that's headlining the show. And then the band members ask him to join them on stage because the other guy didn't show up, and he's like, okay, I guess I will. And then this priest guy shows up, and it goes all to hell. But really enjoyed this film, so I definitely recommend you guys give it a watch. This one here was another blind buy from Amazon. This is called A Comedy of Horrors, Volume 1. Kind of weird though, because I've seen this also. It says Volume 1 and Volume 2, and it shows the same cover, so I'm not sure if both of them are on here or not. I don't think it is. This is a very strange film. It's obviously a horror comedy anthology. It does include clowns, puppets, princesses, and superheroes. The clown one was really weird. The first little clip movie on here with the clowns wasn't scary. It was just really weird. But yeah, the puppet one was really weird too. The killer puppet, that was really messed up in my opinion. But yeah, so check it out if you want. If you want to laugh, if you want real WTF moments, watch that. This one here, this was a fun one too. This was a Jeffrey Obrow, Stephen Carpenter film from 1984 called The Power. Really cool, like 80s horror with like Aztec. An Aztec idol was stolen from a professor. Ends up in the hands of 3 high school students. They get in touch with the spirit world, and then everything goes to hell. And then this one guy is like possessed, and he's out to kill everybody to get the idol back. And yeah, it's a fun watch, I think. I'll definitely have to give it a watch again, but I enjoyed it. This is a Code Red release. I don't think there's any other release of this film at the moment, other than I think there might be a DVD out there. Finally got around to checking out Raising Cain. This is a Brian De Palma film from 1992, starring John Lithgow, Stephen Bauer, Lolita Davidovich. This is basically about a guy who is he's a psychologist. I think he's a Carter, played by John Lithgow. He's a psychiatrist, or psychologist rather. He decided to stop working and take care of his daughter while his mother, or his wife, works. And then he starts showing obsessive behavior towards their daughter. And then he turns out he has multiple personality disorder. He thinks his dad is still alive, even though he's been dead for years. But there's a twist on that. You'll see that if you watch this movie. If you guys haven't seen it before, yeah, this movie is really bizarre, but really creepy. But I definitely enjoyed it. John Lithgow's performance in this film is crazy. This particular Scream Factory release, you do have the theatrical cut and the director's cut. I watched the theatrical cut of it though. I think they're both the same. I think they're both the same length, actually. Yeah, they're both 91 minutes long, so I don't know. They might have taken something out and replaced that with something else, but yeah. Raising Cain. Next one here was another blind buy from Amazon. This is a creepy movie called Homecoming Massacre. It will be the last night of your life. Basically, this is about childhood trauma and what it really messes you up. This is about a kid named Jonathan. I think he's like, what is he, 8 years old at the time. He's having his birthday party. There's a clown involved in there, and then they have fun at his birthday party, and then later on his mom is with her boyfriend, and he wants to be intimate with her, but she doesn't, and he ends up like forcing himself upon her, and her mom is like screaming, and Jonathan's asleep, but he wakes up to hear all this, and then he decides, I'm going to kill him. So he like stabs him. I think he stabs him in the head or something. I don't remember exactly how he kills him, but and then he decides, you know what, I'm going to kill my mom too. So he does that too, which is like really weird. And then he goes to a mental hospital, and then 10 years later, they decide to get him out. He's been doing well with rehabilitation and all that, so they decide to take him out of the hospital and put him in a home with his aunt. Yeah, and I think it was his aunt, right? Yeah. He stays with his aunt and her children on the eve of his 17th birthday. His aunt finds herself face to face with the clown inside Jonathan's head and all his other dark secrets. So basically, that pretty much gives it away. He's not well at all. He just wants to be a killing machine. Really effective movie for what it is, low budget, but I definitely enjoyed this one. I'm not sure if I'll watch it again, but pretty decent film. Next one here is a collection set. I watched Bunny Man on this one. I don't know why it's like right there, Bunny Man. Because I was in the mood to watch some random ass guy with a bunny mask running around killing people with a chainsaw. Not a bad film. It is low budget. It's about this group of kids. They're going on a road trip, and they see this one truck going kind of slow, so they decide to pass him on this back road. Yeah, they pay for that one. So he's like playing chicken with them, honking at them, going like passing them a lot, almost running them off the road. He eventually does, and well, he's torturing them, just like, he doesn't get out of the truck at all. So he thinks it's some random guy driving a truck being, crappy with it. But it turns out then the kids get like they get a flat tire or something. So they're trying to find shelter. They're trying to get help, and nobody wants to help them. And then this one lady says, "Oh, I'm taking my friend to the hospital because he like hurt his hand, but I'll be back. There's a little house in the woods there. You can stay there for the time being." Yeah, that was the whole setup. You'll learn out later in the movie. Yeah, the guy with the wearing the bunny suit, his face is all deformed and everything, so it's really creepy. It was all right. It was all right. It's your typical stupid kids get lost and they get killed in the woods. Next one here was I got this from Hamilton book. The Hoot Owl. You guys can barely even read that, but The Hoot Owl. 72 minutes from 2022. This is a Brink Vision release. You can't even barely read that because it's like so small, and also like red on black, and also blue on black for the special features. You can't really read that. What the heck is this movie about again? This one I didn't care for that much. A group of friends fight for survival when they disturb the deranged inhabitants of what was thought to be an abandoned estate deep in the woods in East Texas. I think I fell asleep toward the end of this film, so I don't really remember how it ended. But yeah, I'm having a hard time remembering what this movie was about, other than what I just told you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch this, maybe. I don't know. From what I did see, it was low budget. I gotta watch it again. This was a really creepy movie. So you guys know I picked this up from Sloppy Second Sales, the Tommy collection. I watched the first one the other day. The heck is this about again? Sorry, it's trying to remember what it was about. So it's about this girl. I think she's like, I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it. I'll come back to that if I remember. Next one here is Dark Room, a Vinegar Syndrome release from 1989. This was an interesting movie. I did enjoy it, though. I think it's sold out now on Vinegar Syndrome from the sale. Jenna has returned home from college to visit her conservative family at a remote farmhouse nestled deep in the countryside. She brings her boyfriend with her for them to meet and everything. And turns out there's some sort of mystery killer who's photographing his unsuspecting victims before murdering them in a variety of brutal ways. This is like an American Giallo, sort of. Really, really good movie. I did enjoy it. I don't think there's anyone particular in here that's worth noting. Aaron Teach, Joe Pierce, Jeff Arbo, and Sarah Lee Wade are in this. Yeah, not a bad film. You get the Blu-ray and the DVD in this version. Different artworks on discs. I think I got it because it was a Nico Mastorakis production. I do enjoy his films. Next one here is Amok Train, aka Beyond the Door 3. It's about these group of American students. They go to Yugoslavia, meet up with their professor to bear witness to a sacred pagan ritual. It's kind of like Final Destination. Like, this train, is like, there's death all around you and you can't outrun it, basically. This was like the Final Destination before Final Destination. This is from 1989. It's about this one girl. I think it was what's her name, Mary Connert. She's her character. So there's a particular event that happens in the beginning of the movie where her mom drops her off at the airport, and then she leaves, and she's in a car or taxi or something. She's not the driver. I think she's in the back seat. And there's a log truck in front of them, which gives you Final Destination 2 vibes. And there's an accident, and the mom dies. So they send a telegram to Yugoslavia to give to the girl, and the professor is the one that receives it. You know what he does? He wrinkles it up and throws it away. because, you know, he has bad intentions being over there as well, but you guys will figure that out when you watch it. So they go over there to bear witness to a sacred pagan ritual. When they realize that they're the ones being sacrificed, they run for their lives and escape by hopping on a train. But, you know, the train is possessed and is determined to reunite these kids with their horrifying fates. A lot of people die in this film. The blood and the gore is actually pretty good in this. So if you guys enjoy blood and gore and, you know, fucked up professors, definitely pick this up. Bo Svensson plays the professor, so I thought that was pretty cool. As far as that, I don't remember anyone else character name wise in this. This is directed by Jeff Quitney. Special feature wise, you get an interview with the producer, cinematographer, and then just random stuff. So this is the Shriek Show version. There is a Blu-ray of it from Vinegar Syndrome. I haven't picked it up yet. I'm probably gonna upgrade it eventually. I did not pick it up during the sale though. It's over 30 minutes. 2 more here and I'll be done, guys. So we have Miami Connection. This is the original Image release. Spoiler alert, I did pick up the 4K box from Vinegar Syndrome before it sold out. So this was a really fun, like, action movie from the 80s. It says 2012 on here, but I think it's from 1987 really, originally. But they went back and released it in 2012, and they added a few things. This was directed by Richard Park, and also the reshots were done by one of the actual stars in the film, YK Kim. This is a movie about motorcycle ninjas tightening their grip on Florida's narcotics trade. And anyone who dares to move in their turf, they want to get rid of. And then there's a bunch of, like, there's a band in here. They're playing at the local club. And then there's, like, a feud between these two sides. And it's a fun little martial arts action film with a little bit of comedy thrown in. So I enjoyed this one for sure. Yeah, I guess got the Blu-ray and then the packet here. But can't wait to check out the re-release of that one. And then the last one here was also a really fun watch. The Sentinel from 1977. This is a Scream Factory release. Really good, what is it, supernatural horror film. This is about Allison Parker. She rents an apartment in New York, and apparently the apartment building is, I guess, a gateway to hell. There's a lot of people that live there, but unfortunately, like, there's only one person that's actually the only tenant, which is a strange old priest up in the keeps to himself. This is a really creepy film, by the way. Of course, you have Chris Sarandon in here. He plays the boyfriend of Allison Parker, played by Christina Rains. Dick Smith did the makeup in here. You also get little side characters, Jose Ferreira, Ava Gardner, John Carradine, Burgess Meredith. Beverly D'Angelo has a small role in this. Jeff Goldblum has a small role. Christopher Walken has a small role, and Tom Berenger as well. This is directed by Michael Winner, who did the Death Wish movies. And one of my favorites, what is it? Scream. What is it? Scream for Help. Scream for Help. That was a good movie. Yeah, really, really good supernatural horror film. Highly recommend it. And then we got the creepy tenants in the background here. So that is everything for this video, guys. As far as Tommy goes, I still can't really remember what it's about. I think it's in Japanese with English subtitles. It has to involve and do with some sort of like supernatural horror where this one girl gets murdered and her spirit is haunting everybody and wants to take them with her or something. I don't know. Asian horror is I just watch it because of the creep factor. So here's everything I watched in the month of May. Mostly because I was on vacation for a week, so I watched probably about not quite half of these, but let me know what you think of them, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Sorry it's so long. Bye.